Yeah.
My sunglasses.
I would.
You know, he might run because I don't have a mask on. You know, because I'm actually not ugly or scary looking, so I don't.
No, you're not.
So that's okay. I do live stream real quick, and then I'm just gonna turn my light. Okay. It's dark. It's dark. It's so dark. Look at that. Hey everybody. We are here in Milwaukee. Me and Bob film the police. Only we're not filming the police today. We're doing something else. Well, I gotta turn this right there. It's still dark. Anyway, he's here to videotape and film, and so I don't want to film myself, but all losers and you don't want to join me. I'm going to go knock on it. So the DA, the deal is with the DA, is he's not going to prosecute any charges that the police are putting against the rioters unless they have committed violence, they have destroyed property. And I mean, destroy, you have to define these things. You can't just do it generically. You know, you have to define destroy. Okay, does that mean graffiti? Does that not mean graffiti? So I'm not sure, so I'm going to go knock on his door. But I do know, before I do that, I will say, he's not going to prosecute people that are interfering with the police doing their job. So for instance, if somebody's committing a crime, so say, you know, someone's beating somebody else up, and, you know, the cops are trying to get through the crowd to stop it, or somebody's stabbing somebody, and then the group decides they're going to protect that protester, because as you know, they know what's going on. They always have the inside scoop. And so that person dies because the cops couldn't get to them to rescue, to help them, to render aid and get a hold of that, you know, the guy stabbing and beating him up. And I know you guys think this is a long shot, but it's not, okay? It could be someone like me just standing there videotaping, because I have been confronted many, many times. So if they start beating on me and then they all start, I mean, 100, 200 or more, decide to surround me so that the cops couldn't get in there, the cops aren't allowed to, like, pepper spray them, put them in headlocks. They're not allowed to hit them with their batons. They have taken all that power away from them. And so how am I going to get help? Okay? I'm going to get beat the shit out of. And the cops aren't going to be able to get in there, because even if they do arrest these guys, get them out of the way, you know, and they're standing there, because they're allowed to stand there and get in the cops' way, they can't arrest them because they can't be prosecuted. So that's the issue that I'm having with this, because it's taking less control and causing more chaos. And as you know, this shit goes in my neighborhood all the time. He lives in a pretty quiet, friendly neighborhood. It's amazing. It's a crappy neighborhood, but it's quiet. And you would think if someone makes that much money, they would actually live in a better house. But, you know, he's a socialist, I'm pretty sure. So as you know, socialists, they want everybody to have the same. So I hope you guys can hear me. My daughter keeps talking. This way. So I'm going to show you his neighborhood first. They're all friendly. I mean, they're all, and then no one's, I mean, across the street, look, these guys are sitting there having, I don't know, whatever with their neighbors, and no one's wearing masks. But that's okay. He's a friend of Kate's. Kate's the one who hired Kate Brown, you know, Taylor Squad. And anyway, this is his neighborhood. It's really nice. I kind of like it. But, you know, it's got sidewalks, and I hope you guys can see. I hope my video's not freezing up. It's, oh, there's a car. So I'm going to stand around. And this is his house. Look at that. That's his house. Right there. That's his house. So we're going to go knock on the door. I need, this is what I need. I need clarification, because I need to know what I can ask for help from the police. What are they allowed prosecute. And am I allowed to make a citizen's arrest? So if I make a citizen's arrest, and he's not going to prosecute, what good is that going to do for me to make a citizen's arrest? And I know you guys think it's not a big deal because, oh, the peaceful rioters are not doing anything. But there's no such thing as peaceful rioter. And he specifically said rioters, peaceful protesters. There's no such thing as a peaceful rioter. It's called rioting for a reason. But he's not going to prosecute disorderly conduct. He's not going to prosecute being a nuisance. He's not going to prosecute if they stand in the way of a police officer. So I'm thinking that includes me too, doesn't it? So I'm having a two-person protest right now. So I think I can be as much of a pain in his ass as I want to. And he's not going to prosecute me because he said so. And hey, that's another question. If somebody's doing something against him, can he prosecute that person himself? Or does he have to get someone else? See, I need clarification. So let's go to this one. No. What? What's that? Hello? Hi. I was just wondering if you had a minute to come out and talk to us about clarification on your no prosecution rules, your new ones. Well, here's the thing, because they're probably going to come back to my neighborhood tonight because I live 4 blocks from Martin Luther King and Lombard, and they're always rioting and stuff, and so I just want clarification in case I need to make a citizen's arrest, because apparently the cops aren't allowed to arrest certain people, but I need to understand what that means. Like, if you can define peaceful rioters, peaceful protesters versus the not so peaceful, and is graffiti actually destruction? Because I mean, can they arrest someone for graffiti, or do they have to actually break something? Because this is what I'm having in my neighborhood like all the time, like every 3 days they come. So I'm trying to figure out if I need to step in and have, make citizens arrests if the police aren't going to be able to. But it's not going to do any good if you're not going to prosecute. So being new and all, I understand. But see, I've lived here almost all my life. And so I don't like what's going on in my neighborhood because there's burning. They throw shit in the street. They block the road. I've been harassed. I have been threatened. So, just trying to get through. And they won't let you. And if you come to see what's going on, they get in your face and they threaten you. So I want to know, are you going to prosecute people that threaten me? Or are you just going to say, oh, they just need to be heard? Because I'm protesting right now in front of your house. Just me and Bob, we're having a protest. And so I really want to be heard. Because you said that it's very important for us to be heard. So I really kind of want you to come out and talk to me so I don't have to get loud with my protest. Because I'm sure the neighbors wouldn't like that. But if you could come out and have a nice adult conversation with me, or I could just stand here and get loud because you said I can be a nuisance if I'm protesting. So I'm wondering. Well, see, here's the thing. It's a misdemeanor if you're trespassing as long as you don't break anything. See, I did a lot of studying today after you made that little conference thing yesterday because it really upset me. And I really want to riot, but I want to do it peacefully. And I'm not sure what a peaceful riot is, so I was wondering if you could define that.
He also said he was going to charge the...
And all the police officers are really busy right now. They're all down by the water looking for somebody. There's like 15 of them down there, so I'm pretty sure they're pretty busy. We don't want to, bring them over here, so I'm not going to do anything destructive. for, you know, the things that you would prosecute for. So I'm just wanting a definition of what a peaceful protest is.
He also said he's not going to prosecute trespass on protest.
Well, he can't because it's a misdemeanor, and he said he wasn't going to prosecute misdemeanors unless if there is damage done and all that. So I'm just wondering, because I don't do damage. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a hypocrite either, and I don't do what those violent protesters do because I don't threaten people. And I've been threatened in my own neighborhood, and I have to go down there just to make sure they don't come up my road. I mean, this is a really, really quiet neighborhood, and your neighbors were having, I don't know, coffee or something with another neighbor, no masks. They were all sitting on the porch. There was like 4 or 5 of them. So it must be a really friendly and safe and COVID-free neighborhood. But in my neighborhood, it's not safe right now. I don't feel safe in my neighborhood. And to know you're not going to prosecute somebody if they get in my face and harass me because you said you won't prosecute people that harass or nuisances. So I'm wondering why. Because it's against the law to harass them. So I'm wondering why you won't uphold the law that we have in Oregon. I know you're not from Oregon. That's cool. Maybe from where you are from. You guys don't have, you can pick and choose what laws to follow. But here it's really important for people like me who have a really full-time job and take care of people and have to do this whole COVID thing and work in a hospital and all that stuff to follow the rules. But when I don't feel safe in my own home, I want to know that the law